So I have this battle here versus a guy on the PSS, and collectively I can say it was a pretty interesting match, or whatever. But anyways, to start this thing off, I literally wing it with my Star Raptor, and it does a ton of damage. Gosh, it did like 98, 99%. That was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, he just puts his little entry hazards up, and I just go for the second Brave Bird. If he wants to switch, that's fine, but something's going to take at least, like, if it doesn't resist, it's going to take between 70 and 100% damage. Guaranteed. Okay, unless it's like Mega Slowbro or something. But anyways, that thing's out the way. He brings in this Raikou, and truthfully, I could have just gone for another Brave Bird and probably, if not KO'd this thing, gotten some heavy damage, given Raikou's defensive stats, or physical defense stat in particular. Now I notice his Raikou has Reflect, which I think is pretty interesting, but it makes a lot of sense since he has a Calm Mind Raikou or whatever. At this point, I'm not really afraid of it because Umbreon is pretty bulky all around, especially on the special side. But I don't want to let this thing stay in here because that could become a problem, with the compounded Calm Mind boost or whatever. So I bring in Scorpio, and my intention here is basically to whirlwind him out, which I do. I was praying that he didn't get a crit here, and he doesn't get a crit or whatever. So I was pretty happy about this turn here, being able to get this big threat out of my face. And in doing so, I pretty much bring in his Gardevoir, which at this point I'm not really afraid of. I figure, he'll probably take out my Drapion, and I can go for something. But he actually brings in the Landorus, and then I decide to switch into Metagross myself. Okay, and what this switch to Metagross is going to do is it's going to bait him into an Earthquake, and it's going to help me get this Staraptor in here freely. And at this point, I figured, okay, if he's Scarf, he's going to have to switch, and something's going to get bodied or hurt severely. And if he's not Scarf, well, I'm going to outspeed and he's going to get bodied. So something was going to die this turn, more than likely. And something did die. So that was a pretty good play on my part. Okay, so I bring in this Starmie. Tell you the truth, I know that before Calm Mind, this Starmie can inflict some heavy damage with the Life Orb Hydro Pump. So that's exactly what I do. It does heavy damage as I expected. I guess he got a little overconfident and went for the Calm Mind. But either he's going to get bodied or he's going to have to switch because he doesn't have enough HP to take another hit like that. So he switches as expected. And immediately when I saw this Hydro Pump do damage on Vaporeon, I knew that this was hydration, and I knew that this was going to be annoying. So that's pretty much that. Now I could have gone for the Thunderbolt, and it would have actually been a clean 2-hit KO or whatever, and we probably would have taken care of this thing. But I had to get those entry hazards off my side of the field because I have some things in the background that are weak to Stealth Rocks. So I felt like that was the more responsible move at the time. But I know that he's going to just spam Rest because he can. So he's going to spam, I'm going to spam too. I'll just spam Thunderbolt until I get a magical critical hit. Now of course, knowing my luck in some of these battles, I don't get the crit, so I just switch out, save this thing for later. Bring in Umbreon, just because I want to encourage him to switch as well. No one really likes to stall a lot, and he went for the Skull, and I just normally I am happy to take the burn because of Synchronize, but in this case I know that it really doesn't matter, and well, I guess this turn it does matter, but I mean all he has to do is set the rain back up. But I don't care. I really don't. But he switches out. I guess it is good to know that that thing switched out with a burn. So whenever it comes back in, it's going to have to set up if it wants to alleviate that, which is going to give me a free turn to pummel it to death, hopefully. But he brings his Gardevoir back in, and even though I could probably take a Moonblast, I don't want to sit in with it. So I save that for later. Use this as the Scorpio here as death fodder at the least. And that's exactly what happens. I can't survive a Moonblast from Mega Gardevoir at this range. So that pretty much took care of that. I bring this thing in, Mega Evolve it, and actually I went for the Earthquake, predicting him to switch into something, preferably his Vaporeon or whatever, but he goes for the Protect the Scout. And I guess initially I didn't understand why he stayed in and let this thing get bodied, but then I do understand now, because he wanted to get a safe switch into his Raikou so he could KO me with the Shadow Ball. But this particular Metagross is actually a little more bulky than average. This isn't like, you know, the most aggressive Metagross, so I was able to take that. I got a useless crit. It would have been nice if he switched that Vaporeon in. That would have been nice. But okay, initially I saw the Blaziken in the preview, and I was like, okay, we know what this is going to be. Oh boy. But you know, I don't really get too worked up about tier and what's banned and what's not. Sometimes I'll just battle. You know, I like the challenge, and he takes care of that. Goes for the second Protect as if he needed the second speed boost. And if you look here, he goes for the Aerial Ace. I know I can take one, but check this out. I missed the Hydro Pump, and you guessed it, that pretty much changed the direction of the battle. He goes for the Brick Break. I guess anticipating a switch or something. I don't know. But in any case, yeah, that's pretty much the story. So here, you know, I'm looking for a little hope. Nope, he gets a crit. Nope. So yeah, Arceus was definitely on this guy's side this battle. Now bringing this Infernape here, I know the Aerial Ace can't kill, so I just go for the close combat just to put my little 2 cents in, and then I just run, because I mean I can't do much after this. So that's pretty much the match. So if you enjoyed this battle, please leave a comment, and thanks for watching.